And we're broadcasting live from Etimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. Good morning to you, Lagos, wherever you are. Welcome to the Morning Crossfire. Today we're reaching you live from our audiovisual studios here on Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Sheriff Quadry. We're live right now on Facebook and on Global. Put out a documentary, as we always do. You know, it's tradition here on the Morning Crossfire. Whenever BBC Africa Eye wants to put out something, they bring it here first, and we talk about their documentary and everything. We've talked about their documentaries before in Lagos here, in Ghana, in Kenya, in South Africa. So it's a regular thing that we do with BBC Africa because they are our partners. New documentary is out about a particular broadcaster, Ahmed Issa, the Brekete family, Human Rights Radio in Abuja. And BBC Africa did that documentary. I would hear from the team whether they were expecting to see what they saw while they decided to do that documentary. They will tell us in a moment. But let me just give you a background. So, BBC Africa Eye doing a documentary on Ahmed Issa and the impact of the outfit, Human Rights Radio, this Brekete family, on justice delivery, especially when it comes to human rights abuses. They interviewed him, spoke with a couple of people who go there every day just so their case can be heard. Imagine when citizens depend on a civilian, on a broadcaster to give them justice. That is the case of Human Rights Radio. Oh, well, something else transpired. Something else was caught on camera. We have Chris Ewoko here, and of course, Peter Nkanga. Both gentlemen were part of the team that did that documentary. Peter, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
And many thanks for joining us. Chris. Good morning to you, Chris.
Hi, Quadry. Good morning. Happy to be part of this conversation.
Fantastic. Now, let's begin. Let's begin with Peter. Peter, please take us through why BBC Africa Eye decided to do a documentary on Ahmed Issa.
I mean, the aim, thank you once again. Good morning to everyone watching, listening. The aim of the BBC Africa Eye in this investigation was to provide a balanced and objective profile of the work that Honorary Ahmed Issa does and the family and the Human Rights Radio. And when I say profile the work, like you've highlighted, it's about profiling the exceptional work that they do. And when I say exceptional, I mean they are filling the vacuum of the state. There is actually a flaw in the Nigerian justice system that has made people to believe instead in the Human Rights Radio. And so it has become so prominent and so popular worldwide, I might add, because they're online, especially in Nigeria, where you see people from everywhere in Nigeria taking their complaints to Abuja to meet him. And so he has become such a huge profile. And so the BBC's intent was like, we went to Ahmed and said, you're doing exceptional work. And we think it's something that we want to understand, we want to give a balanced and objective profile of the work you do so people can understand what makes this happen and show also the failure of the state in its own right that has made people, and has created that vacuum. And that's why we went in. He gave us permission, we went in. And you know, the BBC is a professional media organization.
That's right.
We are for the public. We will remain balanced and objective. And so we evidently showed the great work that the Human Rights Radio and Ahmed Issa is doing for Nigerians. We showed that. But in the course of the work, we also got to realize that there are critics, there are people who are disappointed, who are offended, who are slighted, who are, by the actions of the station. And we saw this, and as a balanced media organization, ours is to balance it, because that is what the public needs to know, the truth, And so we went out, and this is an investigation that spanned for, when you talk of pre-doing and after, 4 to 5 months.
Right.
And
Five months.
We
wow.
saw the excellent work. Yeah, we saw the excellent, we can say since January till now that has been released in May. We saw the excellent work that Ahmed has done. We saw the impact of his work. But at the same time, we also saw flaws, and we heard voices of critics, and ours is to reflect that.
Indeed. Let me come to you, Chris. Before we get into what you saw exactly and the details, what was the experience like for the entire team? Because I saw the documentary yesterday. I saw quite a number of people that have been coming there for months. I saw people who are hopeless and helpless. I saw the emotions, even,